In the previous lesson, we learned about a way to be able to make your text go to the line, like you can see here, using this justify option. We also built a macro to do the same thing because the justify option only takes 255 characters in one cell. But this macro has still some shortcomings. For example, if you can see here homework is cut and the K is at the line. Ideally, we want to move the whole homework word to the next line. So in this lesson, we're going to take care of those cases, and I'm going to have a link to this workbook so you can download it and use it even if this VBA code is a bit difficult to understand for you. But I highly encourage you to watch the first lesson before you watch this one. The problem we have now is that you can see homework got cut. So what do I have to do? I have to think about two cases. The first case is if you have a space after homework, so K was the last character, and then you have a space, then it's fine. I don't want homework to go to the line, right? But in this case, I want homework to go to the line because it cuts it, right? So for example, let's assume that here, your last word was your. If your was there, and I put 72 characters, I am fine. Homework goes to the line, but yours stays there. I don't want to cut or do anything, right? So this is what I'm going to take care of now. So we go back and we start looking. So where will this fit? This will fit whenever you reach the max length, because here is when I'm writing my line. So here we're going to do an if statement inside. Let's just give it a little bit of air. So here we do if left s1 is equal to a blank, then, and then we do and if. So what am I doing here? I'm looking at the next character in my big text and I'm checking if it is a space. If it is a space, then I have no problem. I can just print this line of text and then go to the line and start new. If it's not, then I have a problem. So I'm just going to copy this and put it inside. And you need to select it and press tab just to move it. And here we have our else case. So for now in the else case, I'm just going to put s1 equal nothing so I don't get an infinite loop. So let's test the first line. So we click here on execute with 72 characters. As you can see, I'm getting my first line of code. Don't worry about the second line because we did not take care of the second case, right? The case where I have a cut word. So let's take care of this case. Now, if I have a cut word, what do I want to do? Let's assume that in this case, if I put 80, right, I'm going to get up to here. So if I copy this, just to show you, this is 80 characters, right? So I come here and I say, oh, my next character is actually a K here in my text. So I need to put homework back to the line. How do I do this? Basically, I need to modify my substring S1 to include everything until your, and then homework, put it back to S, so then it can get processed with the next batch. So how do I do this? Well, I come back here and then I have to modify my else condition. To modify my else condition, I'm going to do the following. I'm going to say while right of S1 1 is different than a blank character, what happens? I'll put while and here. I need to, every time it's different than a blank character, I need to take back the character and put it in my S and remove it from my S1. So first we're going to take the character, put it in my S. So S is equal to right of S1 1 and S. What did I do here? My S, for example, didn't have this homework. It was from the K onwards. So I took the R, I put it back to my S string, right? Then I have to take the O, the W, etc. until I have a space. So I go back. I need to remove this from my S1, right? S1 is equal to left S1 len S1 minus 1. So I took all the characters of S1 minus the last one, right? Then don't forget one thing. Now my S, the length of S has increased by 1, right? Because I put back one character. So I need to increase it. So I'm going to do slen equal slen plus 1. Simple. So once I put back all the characters, so in this example, homework will go back to my S and it will disappear from my S1. I need to do the normal thing, which is I need to put this, print this S1 and empty it. So here we go. We do this here. I just modified my S, my S1. I changed the length, and then what did I do? I just printed the characters in my Excel sheet and I moved on. So if I test this, you click execute, you can see that this worked perfectly. If I put 72 now, you can see here that, you see, your comes here and you are fine, right? Now, here is one more problem we need to take care of. As you can see, when I went to the line in this case, homework had a space before. And you know, when you go to the line, you never put a space to start the line. So I need to remove this space. How do I do this? I go to my other case. So here, what I need to do is to remove the space from S, right? So I'm going to do S is equal to right of S len S minus 1. And then don't forget the length. So length of this one is now 1 less because I remove one character, correct? So now I can go and test it. And as you can see, now I don't have the space anymore. If you go to this one with 80, then you don't have a problem also, right? Now there is one more case we need to take care of. I know it's not easy, be patient, but the case is, what if I have a text that has, let's say, 80 characters or more without any space? So I will have a problem, right? Because my macro is based on finding my next space, removing the word, and then I just print the text, right? So here, in order to take care of this case, if it's just like all characters, so what I need to do is just to check if there is a space in my S1 or not. If there is no space, just print S1. You can't do anything, right? So let's do it. If instr in string, we say this S1, then we say space is bigger than 0. So if I find a space in it, then, and we can just move all this here and add an end if here. Okay. So if it has a space, then do the work. Otherwise, so we're going to do an else case here. Else. If not, then I just want to execute whatever was here, right? Because I don't care. I just need to print this and move on. So we just copy paste this and put it here. And we can fix the format a little bit so it's readable. Finally, we remove those two lines here because those are for the spaces and we don't have a space here. And there you go. So now it won't affect this, but let's take this, put it here, and let's put lots of characters here, and then B, and click here. As you can see, it went to the line, right? So now that you have your macro, we can paste it back here and remove this. What you can do is say, okay, I want 80 characters. Click here. You get your 2 lines of output. You can see 73 characters here, 79 here. You copy, and then you come here, you do paste, paste special values, and there you go. If this is very complicated for you, then I suggest to start taking VBA lessons, and then you will get the hang of this. Or alternatively, you can just download the workbook from the link in the description